Hello and welcome to this video on pre-retirement checklist, 5 years to go. If you are within 5 years to go before retirement, you should accelerate your plans for retirement. Although it could seem like a long time, a period of 5 years goes by pretty quickly in reality. Individuals who start planning for their golden years at least 5 years in advance have a larger chance of experiencing greater happiness in retirement. Here is pre-retirement checklist 5 years to go. Number 5. Boost your available cash reserves. The process of applying for pensions and Social Security, as well as setting up withdrawals from individual retirement accounts, takes a significant amount of time and involves a significant amount of paperwork. You need to be ready for a potential bump or two along the way because things might get delayed, and it's possible that your first pension check won't arrive on the scheduled date. Because of this, you should be prepared for any potential complications that may arise. Have an emergency fund tucked away in safe assets such as savings, checking, and money market accounts so that you are always ready for unforeseen delays. This will ensure that you are prepared for whatever may come your way. The quantity of money that ought to be put away can be anything from the equivalent of 3 months' worth of expenses to the equivalent of 6 months' worth of expenditures. Your assets for retirement may take a huge hit if the stock market were to experience a decline, which is one of the market's most unpredictable outcomes. You can prevent the necessity of selling investments at a low moment in the market if you increase the amount of available cash reserves that you have. When you retire, having more liquid assets gives you more freedom to do what you want with your time. It is possible that throughout your years of employment, you may not have been able to take advantage of opportunities such as delaying the start of your Social Security benefits, going on trips, or engaging in other pursuits that would have been enjoyable to you in retirement. Last but not least, having a greater cash reserve might provide you a sense of security since you will know that you have a buffer to fall back on in the event that you incur unanticipated costs or if there are shifts in your current financial circumstances. Number 4. Create a rough estimate like a budget of the amount of money you'll need to retire comfortably. Create an estimate of the amount of money you'll spend each month as well as the amount of money you will have coming in each month in order to establish whether or not you have adequate cash to retire. This will allow you to determine whether or not you have sufficient funds to retire. When it comes to preparing for retirement, this is the single step that will have the most impact on your future. Write down not only the amount of money that you spend each month but also the amount of money that you bring home from work. As other examples of variable prices, take into consideration the expenses that are linked with various hobbies, as well as home modifications and automotive repairs. The next thing that you need to do is make a record of the monthly income that you can anticipate receiving from various sources such as pensions, Social Security, and withdrawals from your retirement savings. Is this amount somewhat equal to the sum of money that you currently set aside for yourself to spend as you please? In the event that this does not turn out to be the case, you have the option of reducing the amount of money you spend during retirement, saving more money right now, continuing to work for a few more years, or achieving a higher rate of return on your investments. Setting a planning horizon, often known as the number of years you anticipate you will need to fund your retirement, and taking into account the influence that inflation will have throughout those years is a critical aspect in this process that is sometimes left over by individuals. Despite this, it is one of the most important stages in the process. If you are unsure about your ability to perform these calculations on your own, you should seek the assistance of a seasoned financial counselor who can guide you through the process. Considering that retirement is something that, with any luck, you will only do once in your lifetime, seeking advice from an expert is a smart option. Number 3. Assess tax implications. You will want to make sure that you contribute as much as possible to investments that are tax deductible right now if you believe that you will be in a lower tax band in the future few years. If you believe this, you will want to make sure that you contribute as much as possible. Have you given any consideration to moving somewhere else? The Internal Revenue Service (IRS) may allow you to exclude from your taxable income up to $500,000 of the capital gains you earned from the sale of your home if you and your spouse file a joint tax return. This benefit is only available to taxpayers who file their returns jointly. Do you own any shares of the company that could potentially increase in value if you diversified your holdings? You should either make preparations for the amount of tax that you will be required to pay in the year that you sell the stock, or spread the transaction out over a number of different calendar years. Either way, you should pay the amount of tax that you will be required to pay in the year that you sell the stock. Number 2. Make sure that you have a diverse portfolio of investments. As the value of your portfolio rises, just to think again, it is never a pleasant experience to see it go through this cycle. When it comes down to it, the only thing that matters is whether or not you wind up with enough money at the end of the day. How you got there is irrelevant. On the other hand, once you reach the age of retirement, a lot of things transform in a very significant way. When you make regular withdrawals from a portfolio, volatility has a much greater impact on the value of the portfolio than it does when the portfolio is left untouched. Retirement planners term it sequence risk. If you can find a way to even out the ups and downs of your income over the course of your working life, there is a much larger chance that the money you save will see you through your full expected lifespan. Spend some time determining whatever mix of assets will offer you the desired rate of return while still exposing you to a degree of risk that is acceptable to you. You should devote some time to this endeavor since it is important. The risk-tolerant characteristics of the portfolio will have an effect on how much income you will have and how long it will continue to flow into your life. This influence may be positive or negative. Number 1. Educate yourself. Even though it is recommended that you seek the counsel of specialists, the fact of the matter is that no one will ever care as much about your financial condition as you do. Even if you seek the help of professionals, it is still your responsibility to manage your money. Invest some time in educating yourself about various retirement financial planning and investment techniques before you retire. You should make it a top priority to educate yourself on the many investing techniques that can influence the distribution phase of retirement because it is so drastically different from the accumulating phase. You need to go into the process of planning with an open mind and the end goal of guaranteeing that your income will be stable. You shouldn't only focus on maximizing the amount of money you make. Rather, you should shift your emphasis to optimizing the quality of the choices you make. We would suggest that you enroll in an investing class at a community college in your region, take an investment class online, read books, and make use of the internet. All of these activities will help you become more knowledgeable about investments. You most likely dedicated a significant portion of your life to the pursuit of accumulating that fortune. Now is the time to educate yourself on how having this knowledge can be to your advantage. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, be sure to like, share and hit that subscribe button before you go. Thanks for watching.